still underdogs at home, on the road, and all of these games. It's time for people to start understanding it's a legitimate team that has a chance not only to win the series against Cleveland, but also maybe even go all the way to the NBA Finals.
I think a lot of the focus has been on why the Cavs have not played particularly well. A lot of that is due to injury, of course, but I think that's taking too much credit away from what the Pacers have done.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
Malaysia Fawali, who you guys know I am a huge fan, has decided to switch allegiances and stay in league. And now she's going to go play for Kim Mulkey. Her, Flau'jae Johnson in the backcourt. It's going to be interesting to watch. You wonder sometimes with roster construction, maybe too much is not too good.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
Jason Tatum underwent surgery to repair a torn right Achilles tendon. That is obviously a season-ending injury, and you know that's long rehab. You're talking
that's a year.
That's a year.
I don't wish that on anybody. I don't. I hate that Achilles, knees and ankles. I don't like talking about them. I've said it a million times. But screw the Celtics.
Pharrell Coast to Coast. Only on SportsGrid.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
Let's roll. This is SportsRage. I am Gabriel Morency. The picks, the players, the hustlers, the people, the busters, and everybody else in between. The Friday Night Freak Show has begun. SportsGrid Radio and Television Network, Sirius XM Channel 159. Quickest 120 minutes in sports talk and television, and we're jam-packed tonight. We've got a lot of stuff to break down. We're at the half right now. NBA Finals. Tomorrow night, Stanley Cup Finals. Pivotal Game 5 in the Stanley Cup Finals. We've got live CFL action right now. UFL Championship game, U.S. Open golf, and a hell of a lot more to break down here this evening on the program. Let's start off on the hardwood. We are at the half, big-time turning point here in the NBA Finals. We saw it last night, right? 2-2 and 3-1, completely different universes to be living in when you're talking about a 7-game series. Nobody gave the Pacers a chance for whatever reason or another. And we're not there yet, but in hindsight, people might look back and say, how the hell were the Oklahoma City Thunder minus 700 favorites over the Indiana Pacers? We're at the half right now. Pacers are up 60-57. Season's on the line for Oklahoma City right now. As good as their season has been, they're not going to win if they're down 3-1. They can still win. I'll tell you what, if the Pacers win this game, though, the Oklahoma City Thunder next game will be like the most bet game ever. Like the Thunder might close at like minus 13. People are like, there's no way in hell the Thunder are losing at home. But you know, if the Thunder come back in the second half here, suddenly, you know, this series really changes on a dime. And the Oklahoma City Thunder right now are minus 185 to win the championship. We talked about it last night. It was plus 190 before tip-off tonight. We talked about a touchdown Montreal right now in the CFL. And our boy Rob Vino is going to join us a little bit later on. And I want him to attest to this, actually. Maybe I'll copy and paste it and stuff. But me and Rob go back and forth a lot in the DMs about these football games. And we were talking about this game earlier, and I told him, don't be surprised to see a pick six from the Montreal Alouettes in the second half. We were talking about getting points in this game. I said, yeah, we'll probably get a pick six from the Alouettes. They're terrorizing the quarterback. Pick six, touchdown, Montreal Alouettes. Montreal Alouettes. This is a good football team, this Montreal team. A lot of fun to watch this team right now. And the game has now officially gone over the number, baby. 35-18, right? We've sort of, we've been up and down so far in the CFL. We play a lot of plays, right? And we commit. We're the only person in the universe that commits to this. We give you 3 plays for every CFL game the entire year. Last year, we ended up like 48 games over 500. It was crazy. It's tough, though, right? It's the first weeks. They don't play in the preseason. Like, it's sort of a feeling out process. So I went 6-6 last week, right? There's 4 games, 3 picks, not to mention the in games and the props and stuff, but the pregame picks. I went 6-6. Last night, we went 1-2. Right now, looks like we could be looking at a 3-0 here. Right? We're only into like week 1.5 right now. We still have a couple of more games coming up. So we'll start to dial this thing up. But we are on the Montreal Alouettes tonight. And for the record, right now, the Montreal Alouettes are leading 36-18 with like 12 minutes left in the game. They ended up closing as 6-point favorites. Remember, we talked about it earlier in the week. We thought the Ottawa quarterback was going to be out. And Montreal were like +1 at the time. They ended up closing at -6. I said this tonight online. Actually, I'll get back to this because we got a big baseball game, and I wanted to get to this. Logan Webb, Yamamoto, San Francisco. You ever notice, like, there's one constant in the NL West? The Dodgers at the top, and every year, either San Diego step up and take their shot, and the Dodgers push them back, and Arizona steps up, or San Francisco. It's like rinse and repeat, right? 3 years, remember, years ago, I went to the Dodgers-Giants game. First time they played the playoffs in forever, whatever. Right now, it's Arizona, then San Diego. Now it seems to be, San Diego are good, but San Francisco aren't going away. And it's one of those deals where San Francisco shouldn't be good, but they are. And they got Logan Webb on the hill here tonight. And if you're wondering, why the hell are the Dodgers -200 favorites? It's a pretty big number. Let's be real. Again, this is a big number against San Francisco, a good San Francisco team. I'll tell you why. Number one, the Dodgers are always overpriced. But number two, Logan Webb has been lit up like a spliff on the back of Snoop Dogg's tour bus. All right, against the Los Angeles Dodgers in his career. He's 4-6 as far as his record. His ERA is like in the mid-4s. The Dodgers as a whole hit 328 against him. Like, that's pretty big. Like, let's go down the list here and make money off of it. We're just going to keep this one simple here. Over 1.5 total bases. I don't want to get cute, no home run, this and that. Over bases. Over 1.5 total bases. Mookie Betts. It's +125. Mookie Betts hits 417 in his career against Logan Webb. Big sample size, 36 at-bats, 15 hits, 2 home runs, 417 average. I don't like to overcomplicate things. Give me Mookie Betts over 1.5 total bases at +125. Freddie Freeman, over 1.5 total bases is +100. Freddie Freeman is hitting 378 in his career against Logan Webb. 37 at-bats, 14 hits, 1 home run, 6 RBI, 378 batting average. Let's not overthink things. Give me Freddie Freeman over 1.5 total bases. Teoscar Hernandez. Teoscar is like the only one. He's 2 for 12. He's hitting 167 against them, but you can never really sleep on Teoscar. So we played a Teoscar Hernandez prop tonight, and we sort of just sprayed the board with the Dodgers. Max Muncy's another one. Muncy stumbled out of the gate early, but Muncy's hitting 333 in his career against Webb. He's seen him quite a bit, obviously, over the years. He's got 9 hits, 27 at-bats, 333 batting average. And for the record, Ohtani has only seen him 11 times, has never hit a home run against Webb, but he's got a 364 batting average. So we went over 1.5 total bases with Ohtani, over 1.5 total bases with Muncy, over 1.5 total bases with Teoscar Hernandez, over 1.5 total bases with Freddie Freeman, and over 1.5 total bases with Mookie Betts. I did not parlay them all together, but if you did, just for the record, it's 25-1. I don't think it'll hit, though. I don't think every one of them will hit, but we played 5 of them. Let's hope we can hit 3 of them because a few of them are plus money. And for the record, too, I should note this. Max Muncy is not 1.5 total bases. It's 0.5. All he's got to do is get a freaking single. All right? All he's got to do is get a single, and you're winning that bet at -130. So over, like, they're really sleeping on that one, I think, in my opinion. Like, I love those 0.5s. Although somebody asked me the other day online about, like, pet peeves with sportsbook rules. Like, they're different. Like, like a shot on goal in hockey it's not a shot on goal if it hits the goalpost. I'm thinking it's kind of a shot on goal if it hit the freaking goal. But, like, they don't count it as a shot on goal. So, there's certain things like that. But one thing that's always bothered me as somebody who bets a lot of total base props is that they don't count a walk as a total base. I mean, I don't know. It should be like he got on first base. I bet total bases. He's on the base. That one has always sort of bothered me. Total bases. I figure if you get a base on balls, it should count for your prop. But like I said, we can go over. There's a long list of things. College football quarterbacks getting sacked and the negative yards counting against their rushing yard prop is something I'll never understand. Why do you do that in college but not in the National Football League? Second half has started in Indianapolis. So this game was really, really flowing early. Then they started calling everything and they're reviewing everything and it killed the flow of the game. It's 62-62 right now. In-game total is 229.5. It closed at 227. I think we'll get there. All right, I think we'll get there. We're already into the 60s here right now. You look at this game, you figure we're going to get into about to the mid 230s. Full disclosure, I already played it over 239.5 in game. It was a stupid bet. Let's roll. The freak show's begun.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The early line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that rhythm. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
Just a little flyer, couple of 15.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune in to Game Time Decisions weekdays on SportsGrid.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip? Try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
This is SportsRage. I am Gabriel Morency. Let's do this in the Friday Night Freak Show has begun. The second half has begun. Indiana Pacers have the Thunder on the ropes for real. Let's be real. They win this game. They're going to be up 3-1. They're going to win the championship. They just will. I mean, they're going to have like a couple of cracks to do this. I would assume that they would lose. They would lose in Oklahoma City, and then they would come back home and win in Game 6. I think they would lose in Game 7 if it went back to Oklahoma City, though. That's always been my feel with this, that the Pacers need to handle this in 6 and not get back to Oklahoma. If Oklahoma City survive all of this, they'll get it done on their home court, like in a one-game setting. But you've got them on the ropes right now. Denver had them in a similar situation where it was a little bit like, whoa. Because I remember we were live on the air at the time, and I said, guys, this is getting real. I said, man, Denver wins this. Oklahoma City are in a lot of trouble. And Oklahoma City went on a run, and next thing you know, it's like, all right, we're tied, and the series is a little bit different right now. But OKC are down 6, and SGA is going to have to take over by himself. It sounds pretty like I hate saying that because it's sports and it's such a team thing, and you don't want to get individualistic, but basketball kind of is individualistic. Let's just be real. Like if I'm SGA right now, I'm just thinking, you know what? This is it. Like every time I get the ball, I'm scoring. I don't care. I got to get to the free throw line because this is ridiculous. Alexander has not taken a single free throw tonight, Cam. Like if you're Oklahoma City, like this is your bread and butter. His bread and butter is just taking it to the rack and getting on the line and pissing you off and getting you into foul trouble. He's not doing it because he's kind of frustrated. So he's taking outside shots. He's not taking it to the rack. They've got Oklahoma City flustered right now for real.
Big time. I watch Oklahoma City in this game. They look discombobulated. They take bad shots. But I think the best point you made up is when you're a team that never has strife, your college angle is a very great analogy because these guys in tight games, they get tight. They blew out everybody. You saw it, Gabe, and when Denver took them, punched them back in the face, like, whoa, like things got interesting. That's the whole thing. The Pacers aren't afraid of these guys. It's like, you want to make us dogs? We'll beat you. Their bench is amazing. They're tough. They play mean defense on these guys, and they can play at pace. I love this team.
So it's 5 years, 6 years to the day, actually. 6 years to the day, 2019, that the Toronto Raptors won the championship. And I can't help but think that because they just showed Siakam in this last commercial break going out here. And, man, Siakam is potentially on the verge of winning his second championship ring, which would be a pretty impressive feat for this kid's career. But it's not there yet right now. But last night we talked about it. They were plus 190. I just said at the half they were plus 150 to win the series. They're currently plus 130 now to win the series, guys. So, like, the plus money, Cam, for the Pacers to win the championship is leaving the building right now. Like, they're one more run away from the book adjusting to this thing and making the Pacers a minus 130 series favorite.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Gabe. I wish we had Kiev's 80-1 bet with the Pacers because if they win tonight, this guy's actually – is he going to be in a head?
We were too conservative.
Yeah,
even Jesse Shule with us the other night said he bet Pacers to win game 1, Pacers to win series combo, 11-1. I went Johnny safe. Give me Pacers plus 2.5 games, minus 110.
What's the deal? I mean, you were animals. We should be the guys going nuts. Instead, we're, let's play it safe.
The difference is all these other guys then sit back and don't bet. Like, he goes, I don't have any action on it. I already have the series. Yeah. I'm betting on every game like a madman. That's the difference along the way.
Correct.
Right? It's like, but the Oilers I did. The Oilers I have at plus 400, but I've still attacked them like pretty hard in every game in this series. So we got Dave Delano stepping up and in. We've got the U.S. Open that's caused complete chaos. And just for the record, it's 36-18 for the Alouettes right now, and they're looking for more. So they're looking to pound one in. They're in the red zone right now. Actually, it looks like they're going to kick another field goal, but it's 36-18 Montreal. Looks like they're going to cover, and the game has gone over the number. But on Wednesday night, I thought it was fascinating. We talked about the to make the cut prop odds, guys, for the U.S. Open. And I asked Brady and Cam, and I said, which one of these big-time golfers won't make the cut? And we all sort of agreed that Rory could be vulnerable.
Thomas?
I thought maybe I thought Brooks Koepka, but I don't remember Justin Thomas, anybody saying Thomas wasn't going to make the cut, Cam.
That was Brady's biggest bet. Actually, he said Thomas, and then I said Rory, and he agreed.
I thought he might have said Rahm, too. He said, maybe Rahm could implode, but the fact is, everybody imploded. We could have made a killing, bro, if we just would have sprayed the board with these big names. It's a who's who, Cam, of who got, like, kicked out of the party. They were asked to leave early. Like, it's like, you got to go. Like, one by one, Like, Bryson DeChambeau's got to be the biggest one, Cam. Like, come on. He was the second favorite to win the tournament, bro. He didn't even make the cut.
And Aberg, he's the third biggest. He's gone. He didn't make it. That's another guy right there. And take a look.
Neiman, another.
Yeah.
Oh, Phil Mickelson, he's the best player in the world. Yeah, he didn't make the cut. Just like you. Just like you didn't make the cut.
Settle down there,
Although
Neiman.
Phil nearly made the cut. That was the one
did.
that I liked, too. I said, yeah, Phil won't make the cut. But remember, it was minus 188, guys. We talked about that prop the other night. But you say he only missed by one shot, though, eh? So I'll give him credit for that.
Take a look at this. Who was the trendiest goal? Everything Brady gives us the numbers. Let me tell you who it was. And I didn't really have a lot of, and this guy had a matchup bet with him. Shane Lowry, I think he even got DQ'd because he was so rattled.
Oh, Lowry, look, Lowry picked the ball up.
Yes.
Without, he picked the ball up and put it down.
Yeah.
I saw that, Cam. I actually saw that part live. He had a real meltdown. He picked it up. He dropped a massive F-bomb. Then later, after a bad shot, the mic picked him up saying, F this place.
Oh, yeah, no, he lost.
About it. When he breaks down, he was like, I effing hate this place. F this place. And he slammed his club. It's like, yeah, bro. And this guy, when things go bad for Lowry, bro, he wants to hit the bar, Cam. Like, he's done.
Oh, dude,
he's
this guy's
get out
going
of
to
my
plow.
way. I'm done.
Yes.
Yeah,
Guinness and Jameson's now. Post stat. Plus 17 for Lowry.
I wouldn't want to be the waitress serving him his food after
I
a bad
agree.
outing in a hotel bar.
Angry Bear.
You're like, I'm not serving that guy. You go serve him.
You could tell the Irish Bear's got a little bit of anger in him. He's probably, when he gets wasted, he might get belligerent.
I have to coach a medium rare.
Dialing it back to his old days with St. Louis and Arizona. Buy or sell, Goldie will finish top 7 in fantasy first baseman.
No, I'm going to say no. I think he'll fall off. Older player here, he'll be top 10, but not top 7 here. Top 10, I would say I'd buy it. Top 7, I'm going to say no here. I think he'll put up decent numbers here. Not as good as he was. I don't think he's going to bat 340, 350 all year long.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
I'm with you in that you're going to have to take calculated risks. And that's what Leon Rose has been about since he's been here. And he's been measured. He hasn't been gung-ho in terms of mortgaging this franchise's future for immediate gains. They have had a prudent approach, and you're going to have to roll the dice in certain respects to get to that top level. And you're right, Donnie, when you look at next season, all things considered, you hope that they're healthy, and if they roll over, say, 85 to 90% of this roster, this is a top 3 team in the East. With Boston coming down, Milwaukee's going to come down, and so you have to figure it's going to be Indiana, the Knicks, the Cleveland Cavaliers in some sort of order in the preseason rankings. And so where they go from here, Jason Kidd is obviously the hot name right now. Both sides are interested from what we've heard in terms of Kidd and the New York Knicks. Is he that championship caliber coach to take the Knicks there?
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Every 5 days, it's really exciting when Skeens pitches, and it's terrible watching him pitch because every time he pitches, they don't score.
Having him hit the lineup probably would actually help when he pitches. There's no way to do it because you can't, but yeah, it's beyond frustrating. And the numbers will tell you, the books have adjusted.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
This is SportsRage. I am Gabriel Morency, the pitch, the players, the hustlers, the people, the bust, and everybody else in between. Me and Cam were just going on and on and on during the break here. It's like, we'll bring in Dave Delano in a second, but it's really crazy. About the players that didn't make the cut. It really is so Olsen, Thorborn Olsen. He was not the top pick, but people liked him coming into this. Ludwig Aberg. I mean, come on, +8 for Ludwig. Nobody saw that coming. Patrick Cantlay completely implodes. The Tommy Fleetwood one to me is shocking.
Agreed.
Bryson is shocking, but it just goes on and on. Your boy Eric Cole is a victim. I don't know why people bought in, but I saw stories. Oh, Dustin Johnson's got his swagger back. What's swagger back? Like
what?
What are you talking about? Like swagger back? I saw people actually liking him this week. He's got a swagger back. He's got his game back. I'm like, no, he doesn't. Guy doesn't care. Neiman, too, another live guy. Oh, Neiman, he's the best in the world. Blah, blah. Yeah, okay. +10, didn't make the cut. Sepp Straka, Cam, another one. Full disclosure, I thought Straka, I was on that Straka hipster bandwagon.
Yep, I thought Straka would play better, too.
Justin Thomas. Thomas just sucked. I watched him, though. He just hit one bad shot after another.
Take a look at these scores. Lowry, +17. Thomas, +12. Dustin Johnson, +10. Neiman,
even
+10.
Justin Rose, Cam, who's so steady. Even Justin Rose, +14.
They all gagged.
If Justin Rose is shooting a +14, I'm shooting a +65.
Oh, we can't break 200. I'm being honest, Gabe. We could talk. We counted every stroke. We're shooting 200 there.
Like think about that, guys. Justin Rose, one of the greatest players ever, literally. Guy shot 154 through 2 rounds on this golf course. What would it do to us? Like trying to do this, like it would kill me. I wouldn't be able to finish it. Like I wouldn't. I'm full disclosure, and I'm not like a golf course geek. I don't play golf anymore. I used to, but if you offered me a free round and say you want to come play Oakmont, I'd be like, no. Like that's like asking me if I want to go wrestle Brock Lesnar. Why would I want to do that? You want to box Floyd Mayweather game? It'd be fun. No, I don't. Like, no, I go and watch him fight, but no. Yeah. Why would I want to go to a golf course that I know that I'll just look like a fool and take 16 shots to finish a par 4?
Excellent point.
Like, no, I don't want to do this. Why?
I can't golf with some of my buddies anymore because they played on mini tours. I'm a joke when I go out with them. So I go out with losers and go, let's go play the Muni and drink beers. I can't even go with guys I used to work with and stuff because they shoot 70s. I'm a chop. I agree with you. Gabriel, it ain't invite me there. Like literally, we might shoot like a 22 on the first hole and leave and just say, we're out of here. Like, let's go drink beer because it's too hard, that course.
Let's bring in Dave Delano right now. Dave Delano, Get Sports Strong. Any U.S. Open betting for you at all, Dave? Did you bet on the tournament at all?
No, I didn't. I love how we had Cam on our Hit the Pick show over. We do it every Wednesday on YouTube, and we were talking about we never know what's going to happen. And I was like, as soon as I get on here, we go on like a 12-minute golf. The one thing I'm not prepared to talk about. But so no golf bets for me.
It's okay, we're done with that. NBA now, Delano. We're good. We're good.
Golf is like it's like going to the horse track. You're throwing darts, bro. It's such a random, crazy sport. I'll stick to the CFL and the NBA. But speaking of the NBA right now, so this is getting real for the Oklahoma City Thunder. You know, they're going to have to figure something out. The series is slipping away from them. They're down by 8 right now. They're still favored to win the series, guys, but now the Pacers are down to +105. So it keeps chipping away. 80-72 right now, Dave. In-game totals 227.5, pretty much where it closed, 227. The Pacers are now 3.5-point favorites. How do you think this goes for the rest of the game? Do you think the Pacers are going to pull away or the Thunder get back in this thing?
Man, I really think that right now, whoever wins this game, I know it might sound strange to say it, with it being 2-1, wins the series. If the Pacers are going to win the series, they have to win this game. I mean, we just saw right before I came on here, Obi Toppin just knocks down back-to-back threes. The Thunder only one. I mean, they're still in the game, but only one made 3 so far. I took Caruso over 1.5 threes. The team hasn't even got that yet. So despite all that, the Thunder are still right there on the road. If Indiana, though, does not close this game, I think that they're done for the series. So it's crazy to say. I took this series 4-2 Thunder before it started and also over 5.5 games. So really one more win either way, I'm fine. But, yeah, they got to win tonight or it's over.
dialing it back to his old days with St. Louis and Arizona. Buy or sell, Goldie will finish top 7 in fantasy first baseman.
No, I'm going to say no. I think he'll fall off. Older player here. He'll be top 10, but not top 7 here. Top 10, I would say I'd buy it. Top 7, I'm going to say no here. I think he'll put up decent numbers here. Not as good as he was. I don't think he's going to bat 340, 350 all year long.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
I'm with you in that you're going to have to take calculated risks. And that's what Leon Rose has been about since he's been here. And he's been measured. He hasn't been gung-ho in terms of mortgaging this franchise's future for immediate gains. They have had a prudent approach, and you're going to have to roll the dice in certain respects to get to that top level. And you're right, Donnie, when you look at next season, all things considered, you hope that they're healthy, and if they roll over, say, 85 to 90% of this roster, this is a top 3 team in the East. With Boston coming down, Milwaukee is going to come down, and so you have to figure it's going to be Indiana, the Knicks, the Cleveland Cavaliers in some sort of order in the preseason rankings. And so where they go from here, Jason Kidd is obviously the hot name right now. Both sides are interested from what we've heard in terms of Kidd and the New York Knicks. Is he that championship caliber coach to take the Knicks there?
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Every 5 days, it's really exciting when Skeens pitches, and it's terrible watching him pitch because every time he pitches, they don't score.
Having him hit the lineup probably would actually help when he pitches. There's no way to do it because you can't, but yeah, it's beyond frustrating. And the numbers will tell you, the books have adjusted.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
Alex Caruso just hit a 3 that they needed. Like they absolutely positively needed. And McConnell just missed a little putback that he shouldn't have taken. He's getting a little too cocky now. Should have taken that shot, bro. And now we'll see if they can capitalize. If OKC hits another 3 here, like this, I'm telling you, this is like a little turning point here. It was getting real, man. It was 82-72. So they cut the lead to 10. And they cut the lead to 10 after they hit the 3. So like it was really starting to get away from Indiana. And I don't know what this foul is here right now, but you could tell the Oklahoma City Thunder guys, there's a new sense of desperation, Dave, coming out of this last time out here. You could tell. Like just by the, the intensity, the pace, just like they get it right now. As you stated, me and Cam talked about it, very similar to the NHL last night, Cam, like, it's 3-1, you're done. Like the Oilers, 3-1, you're done. If you're Oklahoma City, 3-1, you're done, man. Like this is it. This is gut check time right now. They're going to the line though. It's the Pacers that are going to the line here. So, what do you think, Dave? You think the Oakland looks like the Pacers? You think the Pacers are going to hang on to win this game, or does Oklahoma City come back and win?
I'm going to say that the Pacers are gonna win this game the way that it's playing out. I think that Oakland City is going to give them their best shot, and I think Pacers with this series they've got to close this out. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the Pacers. As we were talking, I had a couple futures on this series, so I had kind of played it a little conservative with this game. Had some player props, but not a side. But now I have in on the side and took the Pacers live. So I'm really hoping that the Pacers pull it out.
Now, suddenly the MVP odds crazy. SGA was minus 750 before the series started. He's minus 130 right now. Halliburton's plus 230. Siakam is the sneaky one, guys. Siakam's got more points. The thing is, Halliburton's hit so many big shots at the buzzer, but Siakam's been pretty consistent. The thing is, will they really give Siakam the Eastern Conference Finals MVP and the NBA Finals MVP, Dave? Would you go Halliburton or Siakam?
If it's close the way that it was, I feel like they're going to give it to Halliburton this time instead of Siakam. Because really, even if you look at that shot from, game 1, that's if the Pacers obviously win this series, that set the tone for all of this. If he doesn't hit that, even though you can look at all the other big plays and big baskets and rebounds that Siakam's made, the fact that he got that Eastern Conference MVP, like you said, I think that they would go the other way in this one, because really that game one game-winning three set the tone for the Pacers, gave them the Thunder on their heels. So yeah, I would say that if the way things are playing, that they would give it to Tyrese. What do you?
If you can, Dave, reset. Dave, you're cutting in and out here. Cam,
Man, the Pacers are on fire. Gabe, see the move and the dunk.
I know.
They're up to 10 again. And they're stuffing Oklahoma City. I'm telling you, man, I love
you can
this
tell
team's
they're
body
flowing
language.
a lot more.
Look
Exactly.
at these guys.
They're passing the ball to the open guy, taking it to the rack. Look at that boom
Yes.
dunk. In Oklahoma City, they're tight. They're taking it up the court. They're like, we better not miss this shot. We better not miss this next shot.
So true.
It's a 10-point game right now, and the building is buzzing in Indianapolis, 86-76. The Thunder are now plus 270 on the money line. And I've been telling you guys, so when we came on the air, it was plus 150 for the Pacers to win the championship. And I told you, this thing it's swinging. It's currently a pick'em right now. Minus 115. You can make an argument, Dave, that you're getting a pretty good number with the Pacers still here right now. You're up by 10, and you'd have a 3-1 series lead, and you're getting minus 115 right now. I got to believe when this game is over, it turns into what, Pacers minus 135? I'm just throwing it out there for people if you want to get a head start on this.
So you're thinking of Pacers minus 135 for the series, even up 3-1. Respect for Oklahoma City there.
Yeah.
At this point, I think if the Pacers win tonight, they're going to win in 6 games. If they win this one, I think that we talked about off air. Game 5, Thunder probably going to take it to them. It'll probably be highly bet. But I'd probably have to ride with the Thunder too, and then the Pacers will come back and end it in 6 if they go ahead and close it tonight. But right now, the way that this game's playing out, it's looking like Pacers in 6. I said Thunder in 6 before the series, but it's looking like Pacers in 6 right now.
That's a good thing with sports books. You can always readjust and rebet, Cam.
I'm going to tell you something, Gabe.
Previous predictions mean nothing.
So what did you think the number was going to be? What was your number?
I said, what, if they win this game tonight, like minus 135 type
That's
thing,
a
minus
steal.
140?
Anything under $1.55, 60.
But I'm just telling you, they're minus 115 right now. So that's what I'm asking. So how much will it change? How much will it change after the game? Like, they're giving you a chance to jump in now.
I'm going to, know what, Gabe? At the break, that's the first thing I'm going to do before I go to the bathroom is bet the Pacers at minus 130 with the series price, because that's amazing. They're going to win. They are playing right now. They're the better team than Oklahoma City right now, and they'll be up 3-1. Like, the fact that it's under $1.50 is a good deal, a very good deal.
I'm going to check different books here.
Yeah, I got to go do some shopping too. I want to add to the Pacer love. Since
we're not sponsored. We're not. This show isn't sponsored by one particular book, so we're able to. We could tell you what it is at different places. Bet365 right now, it's minus 115 on both sides. Let's see, FanDuel. Let's see, do they have it? They got a ton of stuff here. Here we go. Yeah, they got the Pacers right now minus 112. So they save 3 cents.
Same.
Oh, no. See, it's moving. It just moved to minus 118 at FanDuel. Like, I'm telling you guys, like, this thing's going to be, I might be a little low on my estimate, Cam. You're right. It might be minus 150 type thing after this. Because, look, just move, like, it's going to move 5 cents every couple of minutes here, Dave and Cam.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, it's going to keep moving. Unless the Thunder come back.
At Morency Sportsbook, if you gave me
right
135 at the end of this game, I'd be like Paul Bovey with a suitcase full of money and say, "Here you go, sir."
Okay,
I'd be the roller.
So, guys, see, if you're tuning in live now, we were the first ones to break the news to you. For the first time in the NBA Finals this year, the Oklahoma City Thunder are plus money. They just went to plus money. So, Dave, you can get the Thunder right now at plus 100.
That for the series?
That's to win the NBA championship. Yes, sir. Live, the live market.
Now, for this game, I see they're down at, what do they have them at right now to come back and win this game in the fourth quarter?
Plus 230.
Yeah.
Now, would you rather take them at the plus 100 to win the series right now, or the plus 230 to win this game?
Series. They're going to lose this game.
I would, you know what? No, I know where Dave's going with this is. They lose this game, they're still in a lot of trouble. I think the better bet would actually be to hope for the miracle, Dave, and you pull the trigger with the in game right now with Oklahoma City plus money. You know what I mean? This is when there's value with it, right? They're down by 10. They just cut it to 9, you know what I mean? And 9, whatever. They're down by 9. So this is sort of the value now if you want to get in on Oklahoma City, in my opinion, guys.
Yeah, because if you believe like I believe,
because you'd only have them at plus 100, down 3-1. That's not a great number at all. You're freaking down 3-1 in a series. You got plus 100. Whip-dee. Good for you. You know what I mean? I'd rather, like you said, Dave, I like where you're going at. I would rather roll the dice with the plus 230 in game. And right on cue, they just hit a 3 and a number dropped to plus 160.
Yep. You know what? So I hope Oklahoma City gets close, Gabe, like almost tied, and I'm going to hit the Pacers again because that's the way I roll.
I think there's going to be big drama here. I don't think the Pacers are pulling away with this game. I think we're going to have some fun here and come down to the stretch like the NHL Finals. We'll get Dave's thoughts on the NHL Finals on the other side. I don't know if Dave is getting into the Gold Cup, FIFA Club World Cup, but I do know he bets on Major League Baseball. And we'll get everybody caught up to date with the big games.
Dialing it back to his old days with St. Louis and Arizona. Buy or sell, Goldie will finish top 7 in fantasy first baseman.
No, I'm going to say no. I think he'll fall off. Older player here, he'll be top 10, but not top 7 here. Top 10, I would say I'd buy it. Top 7, I'm going to say no here. I think he'll put up decent numbers here. Not as good as he was. I don't think he's going to bat 340, 350 all year long.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
I'm with you in that you're going to have to take calculated risks. And that's what Leon Rose has been about since he's been here. And he's been measured. He hasn't been gung-ho in terms of mortgaging this franchise's future for immediate gains. They have had a prudent approach, and you're going to have to roll the dice in certain respects to get to that top level. And you're right, Donnie, when you look at next season, all things considered, you hope that they're healthy, and if they roll over, say, 85 to 90% of this roster, this is a top 3 team in the East. With Boston coming down, you know Milwaukee is going to come down, and so you have to figure it's going to be Indiana, the Knicks, the Cleveland Cavaliers in some sort of order in the preseason rankings. And so where they go from here, Jason Kidd is obviously the hot name right now. Things both sides are interested from what we've heard in terms of Kidd and the New York Knicks. Is he that championship caliber coach to take the Knicks there?
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Every 5 days, it's really exciting when Skeens pitches, and it's terrible watching him pitch because every time he pitches, they don't score.
Having him hit the lineup probably would actually help when he pitches. There's no way to do it because you can't, but yeah, it's beyond frustrating. And the numbers will tell you, the books have adjusted.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
This is SportsRage. I am Gabriel Morency. Montreal Alouettes win 39-18 final score. Beat down the Ottawa Red Blacks. Did you have it, Cam? What did you have in this game?
I can't lie. I had Montreal as a side, but Gabe, I go, how are we going to get to the total? And I was thinking of you, how do I bet it under? I thought this game would be like 23 to like 9 or something. Like, remember that time they played like 11-10 or something? But I'll tell you, Montreal's defense is so damn good. They set up their offense in so many good positions. And let's call it for what it is. Schultz tonight, he was about flat as a Schlitz beer. He was awful. Their offense was awful. Ottawa was just not in. Like, Montreal schooled those guys tonight. They could have named their number. They're a better team.
Montreal's the best team in the CFL right now. We're a week and a half in. We're only a week and a half in right now, but they're systematic on offense. They don't score in every drive. They score in every drive. They settle for field goals, but they remind me of Michigan actually from a couple of years ago when they won. Their defense terrorizes you, gives them good field position. They either score a quick touchdown or kick a quick field goal. And they don't get frustrated about it because they're like, you know what? Don't worry about it. We're going to get the ball back in about 2 minutes, right? And they get it again, and they kick another field goal. They score another touchdown. And the Alouettes' defense is what's been the key here. They've terrorized teams. So 39-18 final. Total was only it was 48. It ended up closing at 48 when it was all said and done. So we got a nice little 3-0 sweep tonight in this game. With the Alouettes minus the points. Actually went 4-0. Alouettes minus the points. Alouettes money line from earlier in the week when they were +1. And the teaser to the over. So we're getting on a little bit of a run. We'll have more CFL picks for you. I look forward to Rob Vino's takes a little bit later on. So the Oklahoma City Thunder, their season is on the line. They're trying to battle back here. And I'm not a fan of these stupid games always slowing down with the totals, man. But it's dying right now, guys. It's 221.5 the in game. 89-82 right now. So we got a 7-point game, 10 minutes left. The series price is a pick 'em again. It's -115 on both sides. So the sportsbook doesn't want to give up on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Stanley Cup Finals. Dave Delano, hitthepick.com. Get Sports Strong in the house. Dave, Edmonton Oilers, -125 favorites tomorrow night after their epic comeback last night, trailing by 3 goals on the road to come back and win. Now they go back home, and similar, we were talking about the situation here with the 3-1 stuff, and even though it's 3-2, even though it's 2-2, you don't want to say that a 3-2 game is a must-win game, but if you're the Edmonton Oilers, you can't give it back, what you just got back, right? Like, otherwise, you're right back to where you started from, going back to freaking Florida in a must-win game, or otherwise you lose the Stanley Cup again. The Oilers need to win this game tomorrow night. In the same way they need to win last night, they need to win this game again, and then they give themselves 2 cracks to get the Stanley Cup. I think they get it done tomorrow at -125. What do you think about Saturday's game?
Yeah, I agree with you. It's more of a desperate situation for Edmonton. If Florida wins, they could still come back, bring it to back to Edmonton for Game 7. So I do agree with you with the Oilers at -125. You got more of a manageable price. The Panthers, the price got a little bit ridiculous at the -150 for them last game. But anything in that less than -135 range, I like the Oilers. And then also, now's not the time to start overthinking the total or try to get extra sharp or anything. I think that you keep on riding the over in these games, and until the end. I mean, they've all cashed so far. Both of these teams, that's the way that they want to play. I mean, the Oilers, it's a big game for them, but I don't see this being, still see 4-3 at least.
You're right. We talked about it coming into last night's game. We were talking about the team totals and stuff, if you recall, on Tuesday night, guys, with McKinnis. And we said, we were talking about the Oilers and the team total was 3.5. And we said the same thing, Dave. We said, listen, if the Oilers are going to win, they're not winning 2-1, Kim. Like exactly. Tomorrow night's not going to be a 1-0 game in Edmonton, right? It's just not. Like, there's going to be goals. There's going to be it's going to be a little bit of a roller coaster. It always is. It's the thing with Edmonton. Every one of their games is the same. It starts off, it gets a little, it's sort of like a roller coaster. By mid-second period, all hell chaos is broken loose. And then it just sort of, 3 to 4 games have ended up in overtime, Dave. That's all you need to know about this series, right? I mean, it's been that freaking close, but I think the Oilers guys have something right now after coming back last night. Like, this team, like, they're on a mission. They're up against it. I think they've learned their lesson, and they nail it down tomorrow, Cam. I'm taking the Oilers again.
Know what it is, too? Look how they won the game. The style of goal. One hand off skate of Florida in net. They started to do good things. Shooting pucks.
Well, they got lucky. Let's call it out for what it is. They got dominated in overtime, and Draisaitl flicked the puck at the net, and it went off the skate of the Panther.
That's, Gabe, you know.
Yeah, I know. I'm just stating.
Hockey.
Yeah. That's why I'm saying they're the team of destiny, that they sort of have something on their side here now, I think.
They realized when they were playing their little fancy hockey back and forth with that play off the wall, it wasn't
remember
working.
that puck off the crossbar, guys, in overtime last night? Edmonton were this far away from losing. Like, I got a hockey puck right here.
They almost scored two.
It's like this far away from, like, you're done. Like, ding.
No, but they would have scored the first goal. Florida got lucky with the skate on the line there, too. Edmonton almost ended it early. So there were a great chance. But you're right. Florida had more chances. Agreed.
Yeah. The Florida were dominant last night. Did you have any futures, Dave, on it? I got the Oilers at plus 400, and I'm not bragging like I'm a genius about it. I picked the LA Kings to beat the Oilers in the first round. But I was smart enough after that to say, what the F was I doing? No, I'm not betting against the Oilers anymore. So I got the Oilers at plus 400. Any futures for you that you're wrapping up in this series?
Yeah, I got the I do have I took the Panthers and to win this series overall, just a little bit of a plus money. Thought they'd win it in 7. I didn't take the exact game, so I do have the Panthers to win the series. So we'll see what happens there. But I like kind of going game to game on these because I'm going to keep riding with the over. I feel more confident with the over though going there. I don't see how you go against that.
All right, we'll hit some baseball and wrap up with Dave on the other side. The freak show continues.
Dialing it back to his old days with St. Louis and Arizona. Buy or sell, Goldie will finish top 7 in fantasy first baseman.
No, I'm going to say no. I think he'll fall off. Older player here. He'll be top 10, but not top 7 here. Top 10, I would say I'd buy it. Top 7, I'm going to say no here. I think he'll put up decent numbers here. Not as good as he was. I don't think he's going to bat 340, 350 all year long.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
I'm with you in that you're going to have to take calculated risks. And that's what Leon Rose has been about since he's been here. And he's been measured. He hasn't been gung-ho in terms of mortgaging this franchise's future for immediate gains. They have had a prudent approach, and you're going to have to roll the dice in certain respects to get to that top level. And you're right, Donnie, when you look at next season, all things considered, you hope that they're healthy, and if they roll over, say, 85 to 90% of this roster, this is a top 3 team in the East. With Boston coming down, Milwaukee's going to come down, and so you have to figure it's going to be Indiana, the Knicks, the Cleveland Cavaliers in some sort of order in the preseason rankings. And so where they go from here, Jason Kidd is obviously the hot name right now. Both sides are interested from what we've heard in terms of Kidd and the New York Knicks. Is he that championship caliber coach to take the Knicks there?
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
Every 5 days, it's really exciting when Skeens pitches, and it's terrible watching him pitch because every time he pitches, they don't score.
Having him hit the lineup probably would actually help when he pitches. There's no way to do it because you can't, but it's beyond frustrating. And the numbers will tell you, the books have adjusted.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
Man, tensions are high right now in Indianapolis. Everybody in the building is standing. Gotta love it. I've been to an NBA Finals game before watching my team, and it is pretty epic. It was the same thing. Everybody was standing, and I was in the building. It was Game 5 in Toronto, and I flew in from New York specifically to see, like, they're going to win the championship tonight type of deal. And the Raptors were winning by, like, 8 points, man. 7, 8 points with, like, 55 seconds left or something. I'll never forget thinking, I was like, I can't believe this is going to work out, and they're actually going to win. And as soon as I thought that, Dave, Kevin Durant hit a 3, or like Klay Thompson hit a 3, and then Curry hit a freaking 3. Kyle Lowry threw an air ball at the buzzer. It was game 5, and everyone's like, oh my God. Like he threw like an air ball. It was a terrible shot at the buzzer that would have won the game. And I was like, oh God, we're done. We're going to lose now. And then they ended up winning in game 6, of course, at the game I wasn't at. But that was 6 years ago to the day today. And it just showed some stat with Siakam. He's racking up a lot of NBA final stats because he's already played in one before. I'm telling you guys, if they win, man, he might win the MVP. But just like this, guys, the Thunder. How about this? The Thunder now are minus 150 to win the championship. I love this live market. This is what we go back to, Cam and Dave. Me and Cam talk about this for years. If you got a big enough bankroll, bro, you can just sit here and pluck plus money on both sides. If you're patient, right? You just sort of. Yeah. You just sort of sit back and you're like, all right, plus this, plus that. You just grab both teams. Suddenly the Pacers are plus 120 right now, and the Oklahoma City Thunder are coming on 89-89. Yeah, we got ourselves a game. It's gonna be a classic ending. All right, baseball. Dodgers and Giants tied at 1 right now. Top of the 3rd inning. Guardians up 2-0 on the Mariners right now. Top of 3rd. D-backs up 2-1 on San Diego, top of 5. Baltimore up 2-0 on the Angels, and the Marlins and the Nationals nobody cares about. Dave, any late night baseball for you?
Well, the one I have, so I had my 2 plays earlier. Looking to get a sweep, but I have an underdog that's down right now. So right now I do have the Angels. I took a money line before the game at that plus 160. I mean, the Baltimore Orioles, I may go with the Angels even again tomorrow. They're still getting priced like they're a good team. Plus 160 to go up against Charlie Morton. And, these Angels, we've talked about them. I haven't really been big on them in the past, but they've been one of the more profitable teams in baseball. So we'll see what happens tonight, but not just beyond the night. With baseball, you really have to kind of approach it like baseball. There's 162 games, and look at the long term. And, the Los Angeles Angels are definitely a team that is, not most appealing, that people may not be thinking about, but they've been making bettors a lot of money, and the Orioles have been losing bettors a lot of money.
I like the Angels win total coming into the season to the over. Everybody laughed at me. Oh, the Angels suck. They're always hurt.
That was Kurt. That was a.k.a. Captain Chalk. I said Angels, they can win some games.
I bet Mike Trout season. I even bet the Mike Trout I had caught. I was like, he's going to stay healthy this year. I'm going to take his home run prop to the over. The Blue Jays got lit up tonight, guys, but the Blue Jays have been hot. They lost game 1 to the Phillies last week. I'll just throw this to you, Dave, on this. Bowden Francis, he's getting hit hard. He was really good last year, and he caught people off guard. I don't know if he's tipping his pitches or what's up with this, but the Phillies are minus 170. I'm not so sure the Blue Jays are an automatic bounce back tomorrow, guys. I don't trust Bowden Francis right now. But looking at, we got Rodon and Dobbins tomorrow with the Yankees and Red Sox, and Roop and Kershaw tomorrow. Any overnight baseball thoughts, Dave, before we get you out of here?
Yeah, with both of those games, I think you kind of got to go with the dog. I mean, the Dodgers, for as great as they are, they haven't been, after that hot start, they really haven't been the best team to wager on overall. And right now, I think that Kershaw is just a little overpriced. I'm looking at it, it's about minus 180.
I think the Giants just hit a grand slam. It's 5-1 now.
There it is. Yes, sir, it is 5-1 now. Thanks, Cam. Great news.
I know. I don't blame the messenger. I'm saying I got the over in the game, actually. So I thought 7.5 was too late.
Great news.
Sorry. Yeah. That's like, hey, Cam, the Seahawks are losing to the Bills by 32, and I'm at the game. It happened.
Dave Delano, follow him on X at Get Sports Strong. Get Sports Strong.
I don't know if that went through, but I was saying I'd take the Red Sox and the Giants. I think would be definitely worth shots as underdogs tomorrow, based off of that price.
Red Sox and Giants. Dave Delano, always good, my man.
Love you, Dave.
All right.
Dialing it back to his old days with St. Louis and Arizona. Buy or sell, Goldie will finish top 7 in fantasy first baseman.
No, I'm going to say no. I think he'll fall off. Older player here. He'll be top 10, but not top 7 here. Top 10, I would say I buy it. Top 7, I'm going to say no here. I think he'll put up decent numbers here. Not as good as he was. I don't think he's going to bat 340, 350 all year long.
Fantasy sports today, only on SportsGrid.
I'm with you in that you're going to have to take calculated risks. And that's what Leon Rose has been about since he's been here. And he's been measured. He hasn't been gung-ho in terms of mortgaging this franchise's future for immediate gains. They have had a prudent approach, and you're going to have to roll the dice in certain respects to get to that top level. And you're right, Donnie, when you look at next season, all things considered, you hope that they're healthy, and if they roll over, say, 85 to 90% of this roster, this is a top 3 team in the East. With Boston coming down, you know Milwaukee is going to come down, and so you have to figure it's going to be Indiana, the Knicks, the Cleveland Cavaliers in some sort of order in the preseason rankings. And so where they go from here, Jason Kidd is obviously the hot name right now. Things both sides are interested from what we've heard in terms of Kidd and the New York Knicks. Is he that championship caliber coach to take the Knicks there?
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
Every 5 days, it's really exciting when Skeens pitches, and it's terrible watching him pitch because every time he pitches, they don't score.
Having him hit the lineup probably would actually help when he pitches. There's no way to do it because you can't, but yeah, it's beyond frustrating. And the numbers will tell you, the books have adjusted.
Pharrell coast to coast, only on SportsGrid.
Level 2, this is SportsRage. I am Gabriel Morency, SportsGrid Radio and Television Network, Sirius XM Channel 159, quickest 120 minutes in sports talk and television. If you missed the first hour, don't worry. You can recatch it. SportsGrid On Demand on YouTube, or check the podcast and all that other type of stuff that people do. But we still have another hour to go. And we got Mr. Rob Vino ready to step up. And then right now is this NBA Finals basketball game, very similar to the Stanley Cup, has been very, very competitive, entertaining games despite the markets and, the lack of, large cities and all that type of stuff. Rob Vino, wagertalk.com, and Rob Vino Sports, and also a Dodger fan who feels the way that I do right now, losing 5-1 to those hated San Francisco Giants. What's going on, Rob?
All good tonight, Gabe. How are you guys?
Doing all right. Doing all right. I did take a small piece of the Dodgers. That's not great. Not great. But I do feel good about the CFL result tonight, but we can get to that later. So NBA Finals here, Rob, right now. You can, the series on the line here. Oklahoma City can't afford to fall down 3-1. How do you think this plays out over the next couple of minutes? We got under 5 minutes left now.
It's going to be interesting, Gabe, because as we know, Indiana's supposedly been the fourth quarter team. They've proven it over and over again, but the OKC depth has been their mainstay all season long until last game. So it probably comes right down to it. Oklahoma City playing for their lives, as you mentioned, don't want to go down 3-1. Indiana's case, you want to be up 3-1. You don't want to go back to OKC 2-2 and lose home floor advantage. So great game, good comeback by OKC because down 10 at the end of 3. Looked like
I don't know, Rob,
Indiana's
if you recall. And when it was 10, it got up to 13, and you recall the Caruso 3. I was like, whoa. When Caruso hit that three-point shot, he cut the lead, and I was like, this really could have gone away from them if they didn't. And McConnell missed a little putback after, and it's sort of, they hung around. They were on the verge of falling apart here, but this is getting real right now, guys. And My gut is telling me here, I don't want to burst the party in the bubble as someone on the Pacers +6, but I took them into money line the last game. I kind of thought that this game would be super tight like it is right now down the stretch, but my gut, Cam, tells me Oklahoma City are going to pull this out, I think. SGA starting to bring it to the rack here at the end. Like, this is getting real now.
No, my beer gut tells me it's going to be a Pacer win. I think they're going to step up at the end, and then we're going to sweep this whole damn game, Gabe. First quarter, in third, fourth game money line. Let's do it Vito style, like you did in the CFL tonight. I want 5-0 King Kong Bundy style. Gabe, if they win this game, we're going to be huge, buddy, because you talked about that series price. Think about people who got the Pacers at crazy numbers. Guess on our show, 11-1 in certain sequences, 80-1. Like, this is big time. But all the new, like, tell me who came back and go, oh, we're going to take the Pacers tonight. People think just because the team's desperate, they're going to win. Like, you're right. It's coming down to the wire, but I feel a little bit better with the 6 than the money line. But I still think the Pacers win.
Oklahoma, and I told you guys, Siakam is in the MVP mix, and he's become the favorite for the Pacers now. He's +250. Halliburton's fallen to +300. SGA is -145. The Oklahoma City Thunder, though, are -150 right now to win the championship, which I find interesting. We've been following the live market, Rob, of the future series price with each basket, basically. And it's amazing how it really flips back and forth here. There's a big turnover by the Oklahoma City Thunder, actually. They're playing with fire right now. And one thing, Rob, is frustrating me, and I don't know about you, I was dumb enough to walk into the trap, bro, but, look, 35-34 in the first. Looked like, all right, we're going to comfortably get to 227 tonight. Then they only put up 48 in the second, 50 in the third, and now it's hit a wall. We've only had 29 points, guys, so far in the fourth quarter here. Like, this game's not getting to the over unless it goes to overtime, Rob.
Yeah, these game 4s, Gabe, historically are unders. It's, one more time, I'll use the phrase kind of against my religion to bet any Pacers game under 227.5. But you could see all the reason in the world for doing it pre-game, not necessarily after a 69-point first. If you had bet under 227 pre-game or 227.5 and then saw that first quarter, you were like, oh, my God, what did I walk into here? But these game 4s, like you said earlier, I mean, the phrase is absolutely spot on. It's getting real. And when it gets real, you get more defense. And players become tight. You want to know who's going to take the big shot on each side. I think, Halliburton's willing on the other side, Indiana. SGA's willing on the OKC side. But is there anybody else that's really willing to put it up when everything's on the line? So we'll see.
That's been the difference in the series. Right? Oklahoma City have to rely on SGA. He scores, 30, whatever, plus they can still lose the game. And on the other side of that, Halliburton can hit a shot, Siakam can hit a shot, and they trust each other, right? Turner will take the shot if he's open. Toppin can bury a big 3 if he's open. So they have multiple people that can hit the shots, the Pacers, unlike the Oklahoma City Thunder, who, just like we talked about, have been blowing teams out all year. So 100-97 right now, little under 4 minutes left. Real cool stuff. Quick baseball check once again. Baltimore up 2-0 on the Halos right now, bottom of the 6. They're 10-1 on the money line. They have the bases loaded with 2 out, +600 Angels. D-backs are up 3-1 now on San Diego. They're 18-1 on the money line, -1,800. San Diego plus 900. We're in the bottom of the 5th. They're, you know what? San Diego are +3.5, +110 right now, only down 2. Cleveland are up 2-0 on Seattle. End of the 3rd inning right now. I've been making money again with these Seattle unders at home. They're total 6.5 right now. Rob, that's the one thing. I don't mind betting unders in baseball. The Dodger game is 5-1. Any late night baseball opinions for you, Rob?
Just listening now, just to go in-game, Gabe, because I don't have anything full game in my pocket tonight. So I would say that you talked about Arizona, the 3-1 lead that they have against San Diego. The Arizona bullpen is horrendous. And so if you're going to take a shot with San Diego, you take it right now, down 2 runs, and hope that 6 through 9 become San Diego innings, because Arizona just can't find a steady relief core beyond maybe 1 or 2 arms. So that would be the in-game that I'd look at right now. San Diego plus trailing 3-1 at this point.
Rob, we got a couple of minutes for the break. We'll hit the CFL on the other side. UFL championship game tomorrow. And, man, I took it on the chin last. We did hit the over in the Birmingham, Michigan game, but I didn't think, I took St. Louis. My lack of belief in DC has caught up to me and cost me some money. Rob, every weekend, me and Rob have taken pot shots at the DC Defender offense. Thing is, they can be good, but then when you trust them, they're not, right? So they're very erratic, but here they are in a championship game, Saturday night, 8 o'clock Eastern, ABC television. Michigan Panthers are 3.5-point favorites right now. The total is 50.5. How do you feel about the game right now, Rob? And is this I know that there's not key points in the UFL, sort of like the NFL and the CFL. There's not key numbers, but does that extra 0.5 point freak you out a little bit now with the Defenders up to 3.5?
Yeah, you really can't allow it to. Sidewise, maybe, Gabe, but total-wise, you can't because you don't know how these things are going to land. I do like Michigan. I thought they've been the best team since about week 5 of the season. They get the best offensive line. St. Louis just does not move the football, Gabe. Not the way that Michigan moves it. And we saw Bryce Perkins come back last week and act like he had never missed 4 games, the MVP of the league. So if it's a shootout, still I think Michigan, they're so tough to stop. Even if Washington scores points, I still think Michigan can cover, but this thing has increased from 2.5 to 3 to 3.5, from 49.5 to 50 to now 50.5. By the time they kick off, both these numbers could be higher.
Don't forget, you've got the UFL going head-to-head with the Stanley Cup Finals tomorrow night. So we got to remind people, DC Defender, Michigan, same time.
That's crazy.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this one? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The early line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that rim. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of 15.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune in to Game Time Decisions weekdays on SportsGrid.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip, try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
This is SportsRage. I am Gabriel Morency. Well. We got a game right now. Cam is quieter now. That's why the Oklahoma City Thunder are up 104.
That's the thing. I get all excited. Ooh, look at me. I might reach the board. Next thing I go, I get the call. Hey, Lemon. Remember, Cam? You're in Lemon. Squeeze.
104, 103 right now. 104, 103 Thunder. Oh, boy. All right. I'm just telling you. I told him. Remember, I said my gut a couple of minutes ago. I said, the Thunder, they're not done. Like,
my gut's full of beer. Yours has actually got brains. I don't know. Your gut seems very on point. But I am going to say this: if Oklahoma City wins, just don't win by more than 6. Like, that's where I draw the line.
Don't let me too. Yeah, don't let this fall apart here.
You have your little.
It's only a 1 point. If there's under 2 minutes left, and we got a 1-point game. Oh, this is where heroes and legends are made. All right, here's Siakam. That's what I'm saying. Like, look at the ball movement of these guys. Like, any one of them can shoot. Oh my God! But they turned it over. Oh my God! So as I'm complimenting the Pacers' ball movement, I don't want to be a hypocrite, but Siakam, you should have just taken it to the effing rack. Like, you guys aren't the Harlem Globetrotters. So, like, they're passing it around, like, nice ball movement. They got cute. I don't know, guys. I don't know if you see the replay now. Kind of looked like Lou Dort just pushed Halliburton out of the way, to be honest. He went like Montreal North street ball style. He just pushed him, and then they got the ball. So one thing, Rob, like, I got boys from Montreal on both teams here. Lou Dort and Ben Mathurin are both from Montreal. So, I'm pulling for them both, but I'm a big Siakam fan as well. And I do have the Pacers +6. Me and Cam both bet the Pacers +2.5 games in the series as well. It's been a pretty good series, but except for these stupid totals they're getting me, Vino. That's what I keep losing on.
I'll say this real quick because it struck me when you said it looked like Lou Dort just shoved him out of the way. And then it dawned on me that Scott Foster is the lead official for this game.
So he let him shove him.
Of course. It's got to get evened up, too. They call him the equalizer for a reason. So, I mean, Scott Foster out there. We'll see how it ends up, but.
Oh, the magic might be rubbing off. Halliburton just tried. Well, no, was that Halliburton? No, is it Siakam? Someone just took a horrible 3, and it was like an air ball.
This is
now the Pacers camera a little freaked out. They're like, "Oh God, we're blowing this." You know what I mean? And it's like kicking in. It's true though. And our boy Preston tonight. We have a revolving door of producers, but our boy Preston actually is a Pacer fan. Preston Pacer Preston. Of all chances, so he's here sweating it out. And I do respect the fact that Preston, you're a quiet dude. Tommy's not even a Panther fan. We could hear Tommy like swearing and breaking things last night during the hockey game.
It was
son of an effing.
You didn't hear it, Morency? He went like because you were talking and I heard. I go, Tommy, did you just tell like the Oilers to F? He's like, oh yeah, Cam.
Our producers are bitching so much about the Oilers. And the guy's not even he's a Sabre fan. He's got a hate on. I'm like, I don't know. He goes, I just hate the Oilers. Sorry.
What's Tommy's deal? And the last time we had the Pacers too, he went, he's our producer. Like, can't you like be on with us, dude? He's like, he likes to.
You know what?
Get us.
This might go to overtime, guys. It might.
All right.
Yeah. 105, 103 with 44 seconds.
Who's got
left.
the ball? What happened on that play?
I think the Pacers. I think the Thunder are going to the line now. I'm not sure. I think they
see now this is concerning.
That was a foul. Neesmith hit. He did. That wasn't a Scott Foster call. He fouled him. He fouled him for real. All right. So wow, 106, 103 Thunder right now. Yeah. You know what? This is no joke. Actually, we got to worry about the +6 suddenly.
Yeah,
they're down
right.
by 4 with 44 seconds left now, guys.
We have a problem. It's getting real.
Oh man,
come on, man! Like, what's happening here?
Oh, really, Indy? You're gonna do this? Like, really? I hate middling. I swear to God, I came close to saying one of my gut Cam at that time. I was like, man. Oklahoma City are going to win. I didn't click it though. It was -115 at the time.
If they win between 1 and 5, your gut did a great job by middling the game. But we'll see what happens here. It's not over yet, right?
Halliburton's taking way too much time. He doesn't want the shot. Oh boy, here's Turner. Oh yeah, the Pacers are tossing air balls and bricks now. Oh boy. We got a 4-point game with 23 seconds left. Oklahoma City are going to win. Oklahoma.
That's a foul.
The Pacers. You look at their shots. It's everybody. Look at Halliburton got freaked out by Holmgren. He didn't take the shot. Then Miles Turner ended up taking a 3, and he had a clean, really nice clean look. Wasn't an air ball, but it barely hit the front of the rim. Siakam just tossed an air ball a couple of possessions ago. But here are the Pacers on the free throw line right now. And you can't miss the free throw, and he misses the first free throw. Dear God.
This is not good.
Oh, Matherin, you're killing me, bro. And I got your player prop to the over 10. What are you at? What are you doing to me here? What?
A guy from Montreal screwing another guy from Montreal?
Oh, that's never happened before.
It's kind of par for the course.
Yeah. Well, it's like saying Seinfeld, like when they're in the limo and Costanza says, "We'll get out in the city. They can't shoot us in the city." And Seinfeld said, "No one's ever got shot in New York City before." You know what I mean?
That doesn't happen.
Did he just miss both of them?
Yes, he did.
No.
He did.
Yeah, no, he didn't.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Matherin. You seriously? Oh, that's the point spread. Like it's 4. You could have just cut it to 2.
Yep, here we go. This is like, oh God, this is a problem. This is they're gonna foul him. Guy hits both. It's 6.
This is just like the other night when the Oklahoma City Thunder were choking. Rob, that total the other night, I lost out. We lost by like 3 points. How many free throws did Oklahoma City brick in the last 4 minutes of that game, bro?
Yeah, it was brutal. It was brutal.
Like when these teams get nervous, they get nervous. They're tightening it up, man. I wanted, oh God. How about this for line movement? Oklahoma City Thunder guys are now minus 600 to win the championship. Ooh. Minus 600.
Dialing it back to his old days with St. Louis and Arizona. Buy or sell, Goldie will finish top 7 in fantasy first baseman.
No, I'm going to say no. I think he'll fall off. Older player here. He'll be top 10, but not top 7 here. Top 10, I would say I buy it. Top 7, I'm going to say no here. I think he'll put up decent numbers here. Not as good as he was. I don't think he's going to bat 340, 350 all year long.
Fantasy sports today, only on SportsGrid.
I'm with you in that you're going to have to take calculated risks. And that's what Leon Rose has been about since he's been here. And he's been measured. He hasn't been gung-ho in terms of mortgaging this franchise's future for immediate gains. They have had a prudent approach, and you're going to have to roll the dice in certain respects to get to that top level. And you're right, Donnie, when you look at next season, all things considered, you hope that they're healthy, and if they roll over, say, 85 to 90% of this roster, this is a top 3 team in the East. With Boston coming down, Milwaukee's going to come down, and so you have to figure it's going to be Indiana, the Knicks, the Cleveland Cavaliers in some sort of order in the preseason rankings. And so where they go from here, Jason Kidd is obviously the hot name right now. Things both sides are interested from what we've heard in terms of Kidd and the New York Knicks. Is he that championship caliber coach to take the Knicks there?
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
Every 5 days, it's really exciting when Skeens pitches, and it's terrible watching him pitch because every time he pitches, they don't score.
Having him hit the lineup probably would actually help when he pitches. There's no way to do it because you can't, but yeah, it's beyond frustrating. And the numbers will tell you, the books have adjusted.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
You can't make this up. So now Ben Matherin's go back to the line again. They're down 5. If you would have hit your free throws before, you would have been at 9, and I would have on my over prop at 10. But now you better hit this, Ben. Oh, he missed again.
What's going on here? Hey, Kerry, what is happening?
Dude. This is, we even got the steal in between Ben Mathurin.
Think about it, Gabe. If he hits he hits
technical.
the others, we're down 1. He's missed 3 free throws out of 4.
Yeah, he finally hit the last one.
Yeah.
Whatever. I've seen kids at at amusement parks. They hit 1 out of 4 with crooked rims. Hell, Cam won a big Scooby-Doo before with a crooked rim.
Rob, you should have seen it.
Come on.
15-foot rim drunk, and I was not knocking him down like I was in the zone, and I won a life-size Scooby-Doo at Morency's Park, La Ronde in Montreal. Bad roller coasters there, very shaky.
Speaking of Montreal's killing us, Ben Mathurin. Like, dude, like you're really he's the one that fouled. Are you kidding me? This isn't a technical foul.
What is happening here?
Now the refs just this is getting stupid. So every time there's a foul, you're going to give them a technical? What was that?
This is crap, man. This guy
I didn't see anything like too egregious. So now this is unbelievable. Now we're down 5. We're really getting pinched here. We're really getting pinched between Foster, Mathurin, and Carlisle. This is a Friday night screw job special here. God.
Yeah. And where was the screw job? Their first one, Montreal. Now we're getting a Montreal screw job in Indiana.
Yeah.
It never ends.
I was there in the arena for the Montreal screw job.
Crazy.
Little piece of wrestling history, Rob. And I have such a good memory, too. You know, it's crazy. The same night the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers played Sunday Night Football. It was like 41-0 or something. It was like the worst beating in the history of their series. So now they're going to the we're totally screwed. They're going to the free throw line with 7 seconds left, and we're down by 5. Now that we're down by 6, so whatever. They either walk the ball up the court. They either walk the ball up the court and don't take a shot after, or they just shoot a garbage shot and the world holds their breath while the shot goes up.
Is there any way he can miss? One of the two.
No, of course, SGA doesn't miss now.
No, he doesn't miss.
I hate the way the NBA dribbles out the clock. At least put a shot up and give me a chance.
I agree.
It's the worst. It's the worst. It really is. And I cannot believe this. We lose by 7 after all that. The Pacers blew the effing cover.
I don't want to sound like this game needs to be investigated. I didn't like that. That last 30
there were
seconds
2
was
technical
ridiculous.
fouls. And what was
exactly.
Dude, okay, Carlisle melted off fine. I don't know what the hell the technical foul on Mathurin was for. Like, they're all fouling hard at the end of the game. What did I miss, Preston? You're weird. So what did I miss? What the hell was the second? Why did SGA get that second technical foul, that shot? I don't understand this.
Check Scott Foster's FanDuel
We're told
account.
check Scott Foster's FanDuel account. No, it's not his FanDuel account. It's like he's on the phone now with Adam Silver. Yeah, got it done. Hey, Adam. Hey, all right. Don't worry. You just got a 4-year contract extension.
Great job, Scott. I'll see you at the hotel bar. Don't worry. They got you covered. Yeah, thanks.
He's probably hooked up with Donaghy again. They're probably friends again.
You believe this, Scott? You believe this, Rob? Like 6 points between Mathurin going 1 for 4 at the line and 2 technicals in the last 20 seconds. What the hell did we just see?
Yeah, I mean, the 1 for 4 out of Mathurin is the piece that, that's controllable. He's got to make free throws. That's crazy. Yeah. And I don't know Ben Mathurin since his days at Arizona to be anything but a clutch player. So to me, that's surprising that he would miss 3 out of 4.
And of course, too, so he ends up with 8, and I had his prop at an even 10. So if he hits his free throws, I hit the prop, and they cover the point spread.
This is unreal.
This is the Friday night.
This is just like last night when I hit the Stanley Cup game but lost the BC Lion game. Now tonight I hit the Alouette. Now I lose this. This is really it's a hockey puck to the face. That's what this is.
Oh, yeah, no, honestly, if we weren't on right now, I'd like to break things, but I just lost my money.
7 points. Oklahoma City covers the spread after all that. You can't make that up.
People will claim they had the right side with OKC, too. It's clearly not the right side of the game, laying 6, but it
with Scott Foster, a.k.a. Earl Hebner, who was in the Montreal screw job.
You have to check that referee list, I'm telling you.
We'll wrap up with Scott with Rob Scott. We'll wrap up with Rob Vino on the other side.
Scott Vino.
Get the CFL tomorrow.
Dialing it back to his old days with St. Louis and Arizona. Buy or sell, Goldie will finish top 7 in fantasy first baseman.
No, I'm going to say no. I think he'll fall off. Older player here. He'll be top 10, but not top 7 here. Top 10, I would say I'd buy it. Top 7, I'm going to say no here. I think he'll put up decent numbers here. Not as good as he was. I don't think he's going to back 340, 350 all year long.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
I'm with you in that you're going to have to take calculated risks. And that's what Leon Rose has been about since he's been here. And he's been measured. He hasn't been gung-ho in terms of mortgaging this franchise's future for immediate gains. They have had a prudent approach, and you're going to have to roll the dice in certain respects to get to that top level. And you're right, Donnie, when you look at next season, all things considered, you hope that they're healthy, and if they roll over, say, 85 to 90% of this roster, this is a top 3 team in the East. With Boston coming down, Milwaukee's going to come down, and so you have to figure it's going to be Indiana, the Knicks, the Cleveland Cavaliers in some sort of order in the preseason rankings. And so where they go from here, Jason Kidd is obviously the hot name right now. Both sides are interested from what we've heard in terms of Kidd and the New York Knicks. Is he that championship caliber coach to take the Knicks there?
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Every 5 days, it's really exciting when Skeens pitches, and it's terrible watching him pitch because every time he pitches, they don't score.
Having him hit the lineup probably would actually help when he pitches. There's no way to do it because you can't, but yeah, it's beyond frustrating. And the numbers will tell you, the books have adjusted.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
Well, that's sports, huh? That's the life of a sports batter, sports fan. Our boy Preston is crushed right now. Sounds like a Buffalo, like I do after a Buffalo Bill playoff game. Yeah, it was close, and I don't want to. I'll be that guy right now. Oklahoma City just lost the finals tonight. They just lost, like point blank, simple as that. Oklahoma City are going to beat them in Game 6. I guess we could be going 7. I guess that's the best case scenario for them right now. All right, so Tony Finn's on deck right now, but let's get to the CFL with Rob Vito. We got 2 more games left on the board. So to set the table this week, they were very similar. Quarterbacks were out last night and tonight. There was big line movement. The same numbers went up to 5.5. So we had 2 home dogs at 5.5. One of them covered last night. One of them did not tonight. So favorites are 1-1 this week. And the over, though, Rob, is 2-0 so far this week in the CFL. And this looks like this could be like playing to the over type of season. It's early in the season, and we're still getting points, even though we're getting some stalled drives. So looking at tomorrow's games, I've been liking this over all week with Toronto and Calgary, and it's been sitting at 50.5. What do you think about the Calgary Stampeders? 1-point underdogs right now in Toronto, total 50.5.
Yeah, after tonight's game went over, the total game, I honestly thought to myself, because I like the next 2 to go over, I thought, can we get a 4-0 weekend out of the CFL? One of them probably leaves me hanging, but there's no logic to playing Calgary, Toronto under. We saw what Vernon Adams brought to the table last week. Calgary's going to be, and their defense is so suspect that Arbuckle and company probably get theirs as well. So, to get to 51, I don't think is a big deal there. And just to combine that real quick with Saskatchewan-Hamilton, same thing. The Saskatchewan's got hit hard by injury in that first week, but still, Hamilton should be able to scratch. There's a quarterback I really get frustrated with is Bo Levi Mitchell. Again, always good enough to pile up yardage, but not always good enough to score points for that team.
You and I are the same, Rob. We pick on the same guys. I got into it with the CFL fans before the season started. I rated Bo Levi Mitchell as the worst quarterback in the league. And people were like, "You're an idiot. Look at his numbers last year." I'm like, "They're garbage numbers, bro. He's Kirk. Really he's Kirk. Like, dude, they're losing by 21. He'll march them down the field 80 yards, and he'll throw a pick in the end zone." How many times, Rob? I swear in the preseason, I was watching their first game. He missed a wide open Tim White, and wide open. And the announcer said, "Well, it's preseason and need to get in sync." I'm like, they've been teammates for 3 years. Like, no, it's not sync. Bo Levi Mitchell just overshot it again. He either underthrows it, overthrows it, interception, but he's a kingpin in between the 20s, isn't he, Rob? Like, you know what I mean?
He definitely is. It inside any drive, Gabe. I'm telling you, the guy makes me nuts because inside any drive, he'll make second down and 8, and he'll make a big throw to convert the first down. He'll get that team all the way down the field. And then the next 2 throws are complete garbage and you're settling for 3, or maybe you're getting picked and you're not scoring at all. So for my money, he's hard to trust.
They do put points up on the board still.
They do.
And their defense does suck. Then they give up a ton of points. And me and Rob have been talking about this for years, Cam. The CFL special, Rob, is what? The Saskatchewan Roughriders in the second half overs.
Yeah.
Their games always get crazy in the second half, all the time.
True.
It's
true.
Like this game will has craziness all game written all over it, but it feels, I don't want to simplify it, but it feels like 2 overs tomorrow, Rob, in the CFL.
I totally agree. I mean, those Saskatchewan second half overs game, it's like being told you can go inside the Brinks truck and take whatever you want because they just go over and over all the time. So I do like them both over. Hopefully we can get all 4 this weekend. The UFL we talked about, can we get 5 overs out of football this weekend? I'm not sure, but they sure set up that way. They absolutely set up that way. I wouldn't be surprised if Calgary games don't make their way to 55.5, 56 by midseason. I think this 50.5 is still too low.
Cam, you're going to the Stampede Argo game? What's your pick for the game?
I like the over, but the more I think about it, I kind of like the Argos on opening day, Gabe. I know, and we both have that Stampeders over 6.5, and the 11.5 Argos is our favorite bet, but I just think this is a spot for them in their home opener against Calgary, feeling good about their first win. I think it's going to be like a 34-30 type of game. I think the Argos just squeak it out.
Rob, I like Calgary all week at +3. It's down to 1 right now. What's your take on this one as far as the sides? And as crazy as this sounds, you talked about it, Rob. Rough Riders have a lot of injuries people haven't talked about. I'm surprised. It was 3.5. It's moved to 3 right now. I'm surprised there hasn't been more movement on this one. But I actually is crazy, and I might regret this, and I hate betting on Bo Levi at this stage of his career in the Ticats, but I'm leaning with the Cats +3 and the Stampeders +1. Rob, you?
I would say I'd be more in Cam's corner with Toronto in the home opener. I think I would because I just don't trust the Calgary defense. I got to tell you, I just don't trust that defense, but I think they'll put up points. The other side, Saskatchewan amazes me, guys. They really do amaze me that they can be put together with paper clips and glue. We saw it last year, and they're still competitive almost every time. The coach is fantastic.
Yeah,
and
Corey
Trevor
Bates.
Harris. Yeah. Probably Trevor Harris is so accurate. So I don't know. I'd probably be on the Toronto side. The other one's pretty tough to call, but over just see. And in fact, I'm looking here and this the juice on the Toronto over just went up a little bit, 50.5 up to over -14 in one spot. So you better hit it now, guys.
One thing I'll say in closing is the Ticats could totally lose a heartbreaker late as well. So like that Ticat teaser up to +10 over 44.5 is a nice
there
look
you go.
as well.
There you
Rob
go.
Vino, wagertalk.com, RobVinoSports.com. Rob, it's always a pleasure, my man. Thanks for taking the time to be with us. I'll see you online. Let's crush these football games this weekend.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. Have a good weekend. I'll talk to you soon.
There's Rob Vino with us. And now I'm just sort of getting a flashback here. And it's not just a flashback, but it's a fact. And this is a serious pattern we have going on, that the LA Dodgers lose on Friday night. We went over this last week. We went over this last week with Tony Finn. Finn at Wager Talk. Tony Finn steps up and in from Area 51 in the desert. Tony, we talked about it. Remember last week? I said, I blame you. I said, every Friday you come on, the Dodgers are getting killed every Friday night. And I said, I hate it because it gives you a window to pick on them. But they had a good week, right? They had a good week. They literally seem to lose I don't believe in this stuff, Cam. Like these dumb baseball trends. Oh, this team's 0 and whatever. There's on Mondays and Tuesdays. There's something to it here, guys. Tony, I'll throw it to you first. There's something to it. The Dodgers lose every Friday night, man. You're on every Friday. They're always losing.
Well, I think it seems recently they're losing, and I think there's good reason for it. You wouldn't argue with me. You have 14 pitchers on the
yeah, you coming on.
Or on disabled list. Yeah,
that's the reason.
Yeah. I wish I had that kind of power because the three of us, we would be retired and have our own island serving with scantily dressed women serving us margaritas if I had that kind of power. So,
you know what I'm surprised about the most about this game, guys? I talked about Logan Webb before the game, and I said everybody on the Dodgers, Tony, had hit Logan Webb. The Dodgers had a career 328. He 328 batting average against them. Like Betts, Freeman, Muncy.
They really line up good, well. Yeah, they line up well against him. His ground ball, their fly ball tendencies, his ground ball. It's.
Yeah, they got one hit tonight.
Me and Gabe played blackjack with Logan Webb's brother, and he mushed the whole table. We were winning till he showed up. Remember that at New York, New York? Never forget.
They're getting. Yeah, I think it was his cousin. The Dodgers are getting one hit right now, though, by him. Like that's what's surprising to me. Like I was like, okay, I'll lose the bet, but I got a bunch of player props on the Dodgers, and dear God, like they're getting one hit right now. And first place online for the record, who has that hit? Teoscar Hernandez has that hit. So he's the only one.
What can you say?
Dialing it back to his old days with St. Louis and Arizona. Buy or sell, Goldie will finish top 7 in fantasy first baseman.
No, I'm going to say no. I think he'll fall off. Older player here. He'll be top 10, but not top 7 here. Top 10, I would say I buy it. Top 7, I'm going to say no here. I think he'll put up decent numbers here. Not as good as he was. I don't think he's going to bat 340, 350 all year long.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
I'm with you in that you're going to have to take calculated risks. And that's what Leon Rose has been about since he's been here. And he's been measured. He hasn't been gung-ho in terms of mortgaging this franchise's future for immediate gains. They have had a prudent approach, and you're going to have to roll the dice in certain respects to get to that top level. And you're right, Donnie, when you look at next season, all things considered, you hope that they're healthy, and if they roll over, say, 85 to 90% of this roster, this is a top 3 team in the East. With Boston coming down, Milwaukee is going to come down, and so you have to figure it's going to be Indiana, the Knicks, the Cleveland Cavaliers in some sort of order in the preseason rankings. And so where they go from here, Jason Kidd is obviously the hot name right now. Both sides are interested from what we've heard in terms of Kidd and the New York Knicks. Is he that championship caliber coach to take the Knicks there?
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Every 5 days, it's really exciting when Skeens pitches, and it's terrible watching him pitch because every time he pitches, they don't score.
Having him hit the lineup probably would actually help when he pitches. There's no way to do it because you can't, but it's beyond frustrating. And the numbers will tell you, the books have adjusted.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
Let's roll. This is SportsRage. I am Morency. So the Friday Night Free Show. All right, there's a lot of soccer I still got to get to. I want to get you the odds. I got some future picks for you as well. But NBA, Oklahoma City Thunder, they were on the ropes, very similar to the Edmonton Oilers last night. I had a feeling that the Pacers were falling apart. I was like, damn, all right, I should take it in game, but I'm already on the Pacers +6 here. Let's just stand pat. And, of course, Mathurin misses 3 out of 4 free throws in the game's final seconds. And Scott Foster got technical like crazy and started calling. There was 2 technicals, and they ended up winning by 7. First time all playoffs, Oklahoma City cover on the road. Unbelievable. They're now 1-8 against the spread, but they're 5-4 straight up. So that's all they care about. They're not worried about the point spread. So on Monday night, they play now on Monday night, guys. Oklahoma City Thunder in Oklahoma City are 9.5-point favorites right now. The total is 223. Tony, the Pacers had an opportunity to win the NBA championship. I think they blew their shot tonight. I think this series is done. And I've been riding the Pacers, but I think Oklahoma are going to end up winning now.
Yeah, I agree. I've always thought they were. The last game, not tonight's game as much. I didn't get to see the last few minutes of it because I was, preparing for the show and I had to run, do a couple of things. But long story short on that is that it looks like to me from what I'm reading, what I saw, I've watched some of the replays, is that they look like they play like Oklahoma City did in the last game in the final few minutes. I know Matthew, this is their best free throw shooter too. He misses 3 out of 4. He's their best free throw shooter across the whole season. So again, we talked a little bit off air. A very peculiar NBA playoffs, and at this point in time, you really have to like Oklahoma City going into Indiana up 3-2. And I think that's the way it'll be. 9 points is not anything I'm going to lay. I don't think you guys are either, but I think that's the way it's going to be, and it's a lot of pressure for some guys on Indiana who, like Oklahoma City, haven't been in big games like this during their career. A few of them have, but not many.
I think it's still going 7, though, guys, just for the record. Even though I think Oklahoma City are in the driver's seat again, I don't think the Pacers will lose 2 straight here. I still think they have another win left in them, but I'm getting the feeling this could be Oklahoma City in 7. We'll get you the exact series score prices and props up in a moment or two when they're posted. So, Tony, I see you said you did in preparation for the show. So what do you have for us? What did you prepare? You got some baseball picks for tomorrow? What did you prepare? What do you have?
What did you prepare?
I had to.
I know you don't have Stanley Cup picks. You don't have CFL picks. You don't have a UFL pick. So I don't know, Cam. I'm assuming so. You got some baseball prepared?
True. You never asked. You never asked me. I have lots of picks, but you never asked me. But I do have baseball picks. Yes, I do. In fact, we've talked about it already.
And he said, I prepared and I had to step out. I'm like, you just stepped out. There's more stepped out. Prepare. What do you prepare?
I love this guy.
I love you, Tony.
I had to cover up my blue eyes. I had to put my brown contacts in. Stuff like that. But I like the Giants tomorrow. I'm gonna fade. Listen, I'm gonna fade Kershaw. I'm gonna fade the Dodgers. And in the situation tomorrow, you're gonna have San Francisco as a underdog in a game. I don't think they should probably be an underdog, but we both know, all three of us, we know they're going to be an underdog. But based on
they're plus 150,
is it fair to say? Yeah, is it fair that Clayton Kershaw not only came back earlier, is not quite the same pitcher he was, based on that 2024 injury-plagued season, toe, couple surgeries in the offseason? How about this? Do you remember when Ellis departed and Kershaw struggled a little bit? Barnes leaves, and of course he was designated for assignment around Kershaw's return. But I think it matters. And I think Kershaw's going to struggle for a while to get his form back. And in doing so, I'm hoping to collect some money.
Well, look, the Dodgers are like 17-17 now. After tonight, they might be 17-18 after the last 35 games. But over the last month, the Dodgers have been playing 500 baseball, but they are still favorites all the time. Right, but the sky isn't falling on them. Like I said the other night, they still have like the 3rd best record in baseball. But, hey, San Francisco are giving them all they can handle in this division. But I can't disagree, just from a betting perspective, that San Francisco are smoking hot, and you're getting them at plus 150. I brought it up earlier, Tony, that the Blue Jays are smoking hot. They lost tonight to the Phillies. They lost game 1 to the Phillies last week when they played, and they ended up taking 2 or 3 from them. But I know you follow pitchers' recent form.
Yes,
Bowden Francis's recent form has not been good. right? Like he's having a hard
yeah,
time with
that's who
his location
that's
is
so
really
spot
bad
on.
right now.
So spot on. If you go look at his underlying peripherals, his metrics, Sabre is, for instance, the Savant over the StatCast measurements. It's absolutely, you can't look at it. He's in the 1 percentile of starting pitchers this year in run value. And if you look at him last year, the second half of the season he had, which is people thought, well, this kid's going to break out. He's going to have a great 2025. He was fortunate in a lot of late games last year where he was hit hard and his velocity. This is a guy who throws 92 miles an hour, doesn't strike a lot of people out. He's pitching to contact, and he got away with being in I think the 70th percentile of hard contact last year and did that well late in the season. So you're right. Tomorrow, I'd be fading Toronto. In fact, I'm considering it.
One of the craziest baseball stats that I've seen. Sometimes when people hype up somebody all the time, you can be like, yeah, and you sort of get it's enough. But Paul Skeens, guys, Paul Skeens has 38 starts in Major League Baseball in his career. Tony, he's given up 48 earned runs in 38 starts.
And he's gotten 4 total runs of game support, run support. So yeah, he's already won a trade. We've already heard all that stuff where he's talked about a trade and such. They're not trading him. I mean,
he's not going to get traded, but he'll leave the second that he can as a free agent.
Yeah,
of course he will. Yeah, the Pirates can't score. The second worst, I think, as far as adjusted offenses go. They're just not good enough. Schemes is going to keep him in the game. He did tonight. In fact, there was a point late in the game when it was 1-1 top of the ninth. You could actually get Skeens at that point in time, I think, at plus, it was in the 200s, because the Dodgers, it was tied up. We're going to go to the bottom of the ninth, and the Dodgers were minus 500. Minus 500, I think, at that point in time.
They were playing the Cubs.
Not the Dodgers, the Cubs. I'm sorry, right. Yeah.
Dialing it back to his old days with St. Louis and Arizona. Buy or sell, Goldie will finish top 7 in fantasy first baseman.
No, I'm going to say no. I think he'll fall off. Older player here. He'll be top 10, but not top 7 here. Top 10, I would say I'd buy it. Top 7, I'm going to say no here. I think he'll put up decent numbers here. Not as good as he was. I don't think he's going to bat 340, 350 all year long.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
I'm with you in that you're going to have to take calculated risks. And that's what Leon Rose has been about since he's been here. And he's been measured. He hasn't been gung-ho in terms of mortgaging this franchise's future for immediate gains. They have had a prudent approach, and you're going to have to roll the dice in certain respects to get to that top level. And you're right, Donnie, when you look at next season, all things considered, you hope that they're healthy, and if they roll over, say, 85 to 90% of this roster, this is a top 3 team in the East. With Boston coming down, Milwaukee's going to come down, and so you have to figure it's going to be Indiana, the Knicks, the Cleveland Cavaliers in some sort of order in the preseason rankings. And so where they go from here, Jason Kidd is obviously the hot name right now. Both sides are interested from what we've heard in terms of Kidd and the New York Knicks. Is he that championship caliber coach to take the Knicks there?
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Every 5 days, it's really exciting when Skeens pitches, and it's terrible watching him pitch because every time he pitches, they don't score.
Having him hit the lineup probably would actually help when he pitches. There's no way to do it because you can't, but yeah, it's beyond frustrating. And the numbers will tell you, the books have adjusted.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
This is Sports Rage. I am Morency. Let's do this thing. So, big weekend of sports coming up here. And a massive listen. The countdown of the World Cup is officially on. It's a year and counting right now, a year from a couple of days. But we got the Gold Cup starting this weekend, and we got the FIFA Club World Cup starting this weekend. Let's start off with the Gold Cup. So, anybody that knows soccer, has been paying attention, knows the USA are in a lot of trouble right now. They just lost 4-0 the other night to Switzerland. They're just not in sync. Like, they're just not, they're not in form right now, this program. Yet they're still co-favorites to win the Gold Cup. Yeah, it's in the United States, but so what, right? More Mexican fans will show up to their games than Americans will anyways. So there's no home field advantage for the U.S. here. And then you got Mexico's plus 187, if you guys can get the odds up here on the screen. Then we got Canada at plus 650. Too good a value to pass up. They don't have Alphonso Davies, but Canada are still pretty stacked. And Canada are looking pretty good coming into this tournament. For the sleeper pick here, let's go with Panama. Panama are 14-1, 15-1 right now. They can play with Canada. They can play with Mexico. They can beat the United States. And the outlier is Saudi Arabia, which I don't really understand why Saudi Arabia are in the Gold Cup. But the fact of the matter is they need someone to play in preparation for the World Cup, and they bought their way into the tournament. So there's Saudi Arabia, if you're wondering. Saudi Arabia, Panama, Jamaica, Costa Rica. Where does Saudi Arabia fit in this? They bought their way in. So they are very good, though. So they're sort of an outlier in this, but I think that the final will end up being Canada versus Mexico in the final in the Gold Cup, and you're getting great value with Canada plus 650. As far as this FIFA World Cup of Cup of tournament is concerned, they've never done this before. There is $100 million in the pot, so there is a lot of money at stake. I don't think some of these teams I think will care more than others. I think, there's a lot of stuff going on in the States now with the stadiums and this and that. So there's a lot of drama around this stuff. But I think once the tournament gets going and teams start winning, they're going to play to win it. So Real Madrid fell short in the Champions League. They didn't even make it to the final. And Real Madrid didn't win the Liga. So Real Madrid come into this with a chip on their shoulder, actually. Like, they need a trophy. They pay a lot of, you know what I mean? They're Real Madrid. They got to get an effing trophy. PSG's coming off the Champions League win. They don't care about this thing. All right, this is like whatever. I'm not saying they don't care, but it's not at the forefront for them. I think Man City will care, like, to try to win, but I don't think they will. I like Bayern Munich and Real Madrid as my top two picks here. So Real Madrid plus 430, Bayern Munich, and I'm going to keep this thing in Germany, guys. I think that Dortmund are really live sleepers here. They have a very favorable path and bracket for people that have looked at the bracket here. Borussia Dortmund, 29-1, a little bit of a sleeper, but I think it's going to be Real Madrid and Bayern Munich in the final if it plays out that way. So we'll have all kinds of soccer picks for you over the weekend. CFL football tomorrow. Love both the CFL games to go over the number. And I think that I'm giving the Calgary Stampeders upset on the road and give me the Hamilton Tiger Cats. So both underdogs and both overs for me. Cam, what do you got tomorrow?
I'll take. I like the over in the Toronto game too, but I like the Argonauts. I do like your Hamilton Tiger Cats as a dog. I'm going to give you guys three fun bets for the weekend. You don't have to go nuts, but I've seen U.S. Opens in the past, and 7, 8, 9 shots doesn't mean anything. Guys can gag. I watched a guy lose 8 shots in 3 holes today. Gabe, Xander Schauffele is 9 shots back. He is 120-1 on my book to win. $10 on him. I like Max Gracerman at 120-1 as well. And if you're looking for a little bit more, if you like Scheffler, he's 8-1. But I got a guy, Colin Morikawa, 40-1. I think he's very dangerous. I watched him play today. He's got to hit a couple more putts.
No interest in Victor Hovland? Victor Hovland plus 550.
I need more. You want to give me Hovland at 10 or 11, I'm there. I just think that's too, with all the guys just trailing him, that's not enough for me. Edmonton Oilers, too, to beat Florida, Gabe, in the nightcap.
Yeah, and of course, they're already back tomorrow. Give me the Oilers tomorrow night as well. Over 1.5 in the first period of play. Tony, what do you got for us quickly? Baseball tomorrow, best bet, Giants plus 150?
Yes, sir. And Vernon Adams Jr. and then offense, Stampeders offense. I learned a little bit about the Canadian football.
Oh, I like that. You know what, Tony? Vernon Adams is a trendy pick. He was 287.5. It's up to 304.5 right now.
There you go.
Listen, Calgary's defense is really young. There should be points. Toronto should be able to score on them. But Calgary's offense is really good. There's going to be points, and it'll be a fun game. Other than that, you're on your own. Later.